Hello athletes and fans of bodybuilding, Terek Gindi with the Mr. Olympia. This was a packed weekend, a lot of shows all over the world. Brazil, Arnold Classic, South America. Rafael Brandão confirms his favoritism. After taking third in Ohio, he had to go to Brazil and earn his qualification. And he did in a convincing fashion. I thought Rafael is bigger than the previous years. His lines continue to be beautiful. He needs to be a little bit more conditioned, and he's aware of that. And I think we're gonna see that at the 2024 Mr. Olympia. Tonio Burton looked incredible in second place. That back double biceps looked like Dexter Jackson. Incredible competitor. I talked to him at the airport and he said, Terek, I might be going to Detroit to win my qualification there. Tonio Burton is the real deal. And making his pro debut, Vitaly Gudavito. Man, a lot of people were thinking, maybe he's not that great. You were wrong. He is that great. He's massive and he was conditioned. He posed with a lot of confidence. Needs to pose a little bit more and create angles because the waist is not one of the smallest ones. But Vitaly Gudavito is going to be a star in the IFBB Pro League. Mark my words. In the classic physique, Fabio Jr. wins his qualification. Last year, everybody had this guy on the first call out of the Mr. Olympia. And it didn't turn out like this at the Olympia, but I'm a still believer that Fabio Jr. can go in that top 10 at the Olympia. He's got one of the best back double biceps. And with the addition of a little bit more quads, Fabio Jr. is pretty much complete. I have big hopes for you, man. Let's go. Moving on to the wheelchair. Yes, Kevin Secondino from France. Everybody was talking about Gorilla. He's the third best in the world. This guy came out of nowhere, turned pro in Brazil, and then earned his qualification. And I was talking to Nick Scott, and Nick Scott said, Terek, this guy's pretty big. Once he starts posing, he comes to life. And yes, that's exactly what happened. The main pose was the back double biceps, and he did great. Congratulations. In the wellness, Raiane Fogal from Brazil. Listen, she placed fourth at the Olympia. Now she earns her qualification. She's not happy about placing fourth because she's done that twice already. Now the physique is a little bit more balanced. The quads are not that prominent, and I think she's found her best physique. Big expectations. Raiane Fogal, she wants to be in the fight with Isa Pereira and Franciele Matos, and she has all the potential to do so. In Charlotte, classic physique, Fabione Silvan, big, very aesthetic. He has a lot of mass on top, a lot of mass on the bottom, beautiful quads. He needs to be a little bit more conditioned to go against some of these guys at the top 10 of the Mr. Olympia, but the potential is there. Emmanuel Hunter, great competitor, fourth place at the Olympia. He was not happy with his result at the Arnold, but I'm a believer. This guy, if he's on shape, he can really make an impression on every single day. And he was very conditioned from the front. I saw the obliques, but from the back, I still need to see a little bit more separation. If Emmanuel Hunter has that, he's very hard to beat. Moving on to Bikini, Brittany Gillespie. Small frame, tiny little waist, beautiful presentation. From the back, I thought she was perfect. From the front, I would recommend contain the muscular development on the shoulders and possibly on the quads. She reminds me of Isa Piscini. She's so small framed that sometimes adding a little bit more muscle here and there becomes very prominent. But other than that, I think this girl can be a star. Moving on to wellness, Bruna Seredich from Brazil. She's always been a great competitor. She goes to the Olympia, but I think right now she's peaking. She's finding the balance between glutes and hamstrings. And I love the green bikini. It matched well. I think she can start attacking Franciele Matos and Isa Pereira. In the figure division, we have Tissa Mitzi. She was very formidable. Tons of mass. She's got mass on top and on the bottom. I even think the legs might be overpowering a little bit the physique. And if she's a little bit more conditioned from the back, I think she can fulfill her potential. But we need to balance the physique on the top and on the bottom. Right now, the bottom is a little bit overpowering, but other than that, she's a formidable competitor. Moving on to the UK, Emanuele Ricotti. He's been to the Olympia, great competitor. The conditioning is there, the posing is there. We need more size. Once you open that front double biceps with Ramon Dino, with Sebum, Wesley Vissers, Urs Kalaczynski, you gotta have big arms, big shoulders, big chest, because those guys, they carry a lot of mass on top. And that's the only thing missing for Emanuele Ricotti. I think he can do it. Ottavia Mazza wins the bikini. She's been to the Olympia many times. Perfect presentation. She's got a great physique. I think she could have been just a little bit tighter on the lower abdominal section, but other than that, Ottavia Mazza, she can make to the top 10, and she continues to be consistent, a great competitor coming from Europe. Moving on to the Triple Dynasty, yes, Sydney Gillen, Andrea Shaw, Whitney Jones, throwing money out there on stage, and Teresa Ivancic captured that money. Great performance in the women's bodybuilding category. She has a beautiful physique. She poses well. She's got the mass, maybe a little bit more condition going into the Mr. Olympia, and Teresa can really make an impact. In the figure division, Wendy Fortino. Talk about presentation. Her presentation is flawless. Every movement, every transition is calculated. She's a master of the stage. She's got beautiful lines. She's got the condition. She's got everything. I think the only thing she could add is a little bit more quads on the front stance. Other than that, she's ready to go. She can be a contender any given day. Anne Gruber in the women's physique. Great conditioning. She's got the mass, but we need to pose to make the physique more aesthetically pleasing from some angles. But she did a great job with the conditioning. I'm expecting her to do well at the Olympia as well. In Taiwan, the TW Pro Show. Love Taiwan. I'll be back in Taiwan to see Joe and Kai this year again. And Sarah Choi wins the show. Man, she was very, very nice. Great posing, great small waist. Everything is perfectly put in place. Nothing is off balance. But I think she was maybe a smidge too hard. The separation between hamstrings and glutes was a tad hard. If she softens up a little bit, she'll be right on point. Congratulations. I want to talk to you about the Olympia All-Star Tour with the big nasty Ronnie Coleman, the king. Yes, he's in Europe right now with my friend Giles Thomas, and they're giving the best information to the European fan base. Ronnie Coleman is going to the UK, he's going to Ireland, he's going everywhere, sitting down and letting the fans know what worked for him. This is an opportunity you cannot miss. If you are in Europe, you have to follow. I'm gonna leave all the information here so you can follow the tour and you can meet Ronnie Coleman in person. My name is Tarek El Guindy with the Mr. Olympia, and I will see you next time.